Hello, I am Truly Divine, and I am here with a channeled message. And so today, I came across a video. Someone was discussing the note that had been handed to Brandy by Whitney Houston prior to her death, and what the note may have said. And so it kind of reminded me of not only a download that Whitney gave me back in May that I've been sitting on about how she transitioned, but a dream that I had earlier this week, where in the dream I was trying to tell Whitney that she was going to be dying in a few days, but I was blocked by someone, like physically being blocked. Like I remember she was walking by or something, and I was trying to get to her, and I was calling her like, Whitney, 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 but I was being physically blocked by someone. And but I got the energy that she was already aware of what was going on or what would be taking place. And so that brings me to the note. So this interview that Clive Davis did with Brandy and Monica back in 2012, we saw Whitney kind to come in and bombard the interview a little bit. She hands Brandy a note. Now, after she hands Brandy the note, she interacts with Clive Davis. When she is interacting with Clive Davis, she's, kind of distracting them, trying to give Brandy time to read the note. Once she notices that Brandy is reading the note, she says, "This is my dad. This is my dad." The first time she says, "This is my dad," Brandy looks like, and then she says, "Oh," and she passes the note off. So I believe that the note has said something along the lines of, "I know my dad is trying to kill me," or "My dad is trying to kill me." Whitney also reiterates who she's talking about when she motions for Bobby Christina to come in, and she says, "Come say hi to your godfather. Come say hi to your goddad." And when she says that, while Bobby Christina is hugging Clive Davis, she then goes over to Brandy and kind of like, grabs her face. And when she does that, you see Monica, who's on the other side of this interaction, kind of laugh and lean forward. But she's leaning forward in a way of where she's trying to see if Whitney is saying something to Brandy. And so that leads me to believe that Monica was well aware of what was taking place, that interview, and what the purpose of that interview was. Now, I do believe that Brandy may have been an unwilling participant, meaning she may have had some knowledge to an extent of what was going on, but I don't think that she knew that Whitney was aware of it. I believe that Brandy and Ray J kind of had an understanding of what his role was in the situation, and Brandy, as her brother, knew that she kind of had to keep it on the hush because she was torn between someone that she idolized and looked up to and her brother, and that put her in a tough situation. And that's why I believe that she was a unwilling participant. Her hand was kind of forced, and so I don't think she really knew what she was partaking in at that moment. But Monica was well aware, and I say Monica was well aware because when Whitney comes in, first of all, you got to pay attention to everyone's energy and their facial expressions. But when Whitney comes in and she's addressing Clive Davis, Clive is trying to control the narrative of the interview by saying, I think he said something along the lines of, "It's a tribute," or they're paying tribute to you. So he's trying to convince Whitney that what they are doing is paying tribute to her. But because he's aware that Whitney knows to an extent what's going on, or she may have an inkling to what's going on. And so I believe that Whitney did this very publicly and on screen so that the attention would be drawn towards Clive Davis. And she knew that in years to come, and even then, that people would be trying to decipher and trying to figure out what the note said and who was involved and who knew, and it would be an attention grabber. Whitney was very smart, and this is why she transitioned the way that she did, which I will get into in another video. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. But beyond that, let's get into the color codes of this ritual, aka interview, that Monica and Brandy was doing. So it was really giving me the Chariot in tarot. It's the number 7. It's the 7th card in tarot. In the Chariot, on one side you have the horse that is in all black, And on another side, you have the horse that is in all white, very symbolic, because Brandy, we knew, was wearing all black and Monica had on white. Then we have Clive Davis in the middle with his hand gesture, which symbolizes authority and control, with the purple tie on. Now, the purple tie is very significant. Not only was purple Whitney's favorite color, but apparently purple means unity. And I say that because Joe Biden just wore a purple tie back in November during his transition meeting with Donald Trump. And so again, that purple tie is very symbolic. The hand gesture, we see Donald Trump doing the hand gesture as well during that meeting as well, to assert control, authority over the situation. So very symbolic again. And also this song that they were speaking of, It All Belongs to Me, which was a new song that Brandy and Monica were doing at the time, which was going to be on Monica's 7th studio album. There we go again with the number 7. 7 is very symbolic of Mother Mary as well, and that divine feminine energy as well. But Monica's new album was called New Life. It was called New Life. And the name of the song was called It All Belongs to Me. Now, something that stood out was when the interviewer was asking them questions, and the interview was saying, "Were there any nerves about how the new song would be received?" And Brandy was like, "I'm always nervous. I worry, like Mr. Davis." And then she says to Clive, "I'm glad to know that you worry, because I feel better about my nerves now." So again, I feel like Brandy was to a point aware of what was going on, but she kind of was like stuck in the middle. And then Monica was like, "I wasn't nervous because I felt like it was coming from a very organic place. I never believed in doing anything that wasn't right. If it didn't feel right, I didn't want to do it." And we know how Gunica gets down. So again, I believe that Monica was well aware of what was taking place. The interviewer also asked Brandy how she feels about, her new record deal and being label mates with Monica. And Brandy says unity is more powerful, when she was asked, basically about the rumors of them being feuding and all that. Clive Davis also mentioned during that interview that he said Whitney is here as a civilian this year. And when he says that, Brandy lets off a very nervous laugh, and Monica kind of, she just says right, in agreement. So again, like I said, I feel like they were aware. Also, too, the length of that song, It All Belongs to Me, is 4 minutes and 4 seconds long. Clive Davis' birthday is April 4th. And if you've been following the whole 444 club and the 444 thing, there's that correlation with that. I want to get into something else, but I'm going to save that for the next video as well. I think I'm going to end this here. But yeah, that note definitely said that my dad is trying to kill me, or I know my dad is trying to kill me. And she was definitely letting Brandy know that she knew. And that's why she was surprised. And so again, I'm going to do another video about this, but it's going to be more so on how Whitney actually transitioned, being as though she was aware of her sacrifice. And so again, if you are interested in that, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're really feeling nice, go ahead and comment on this video, share it, and I'll be back with part 2.